I got my buddy up here from Greenville. Please get up for Matthew East.
Alright guys, we're going to try to be socialists. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. The silent fire alarm has gone off. The silent fire, I need your attention, folks. Everybody please face the front. The silent fire alarm is going off. They don't give a fuck, man. I am Matthew East. I'm a comedian. I live in Greenville, South Carolina, and I came up here for one reason and one reason only, to do this. Why did I do that? Yeah, thank you. Why did I do that? Because I fucking love Charlotte, man. Charlotte is awesome. I love this city. I love the people here. If Greenville was Middle Earth, Charlotte would be like our big city heaven. It's sparkly. It's big. It's called the Queen City, for crying out loud. You know, it's got great people. It's got great things to do. You got fucking weed, man. What's not to love? It's fantastic. Contrast, thank you. In contrast to that, if we were Middle Earth, Atlanta would be our hell. And can I just say, after being to Atlanta 2 weeks ago on a drive, fuck Atlanta. Atlanta traffic is diabolical. Okay, I was in traffic going into Atlanta. Coming out of Atlanta, it was 3 times worse. The only reason I could understand that and be less pissed off is I could understand why they're all wanting to fucking leave. But I'm in Atlanta, and I'm pondering traffic. And I'm thinking the closest thing I can think of, the biggest peril I can think of to Atlanta traffic, and we got a pretty diverse demographic here. Some of you are going to follow me here. Hotel porn. Who remembers hotel porn? Raise your hands if you remember going to a hotel. There we go, we got a couple. Okay, you got to be older because this is before the internet. Porn existed when you just have porn anywhere you wanted it, okay? It was like the diamond on the ring of travel. You could get to your room, you could scroll titles, it would promise you it was going to be billed discreetly, and then you'd be watching the porn. It was probably not as good as you thought, but it was okay, right? You were getting going, things moving along. The thing about hotel porn that's interesting is they decided at some point that they knew better than you when to end it. They decided that it was cool for you to pay them 30, 40 bucks for a shitty porn movie, but they were cool with you sitting, but not all the way. Because it would cut off. There was at different states and different hotel chains, it would be different, but it would cut off. You'd never get a money shot. What you would get before that was just a flip of the coin. It's like go go go, body flow, almost home. Cut. Credits. That was hotel porn. They thought they knew better than we did. That's Atlanta traffic. Go go go, body flow, almost home. Stop. I'm convinced that the city has meetings. There's like millions of people down there. I don't know, 2, 3, 4 million people. None of them are fucking home. None of them are home. They're all on the interstates. And I think they have meetings. And they talk about when they're gonna cut you off. And they plan it. And then they all just fucking stop. You know how I know this is what they do? Because when you get to where they start going again, there's nothing there. There's not a wreck. There's not a freaking SWAT team taking down a semi full of weed bound for Charlotte. None of that. There's nothing like that in Atlanta. There's just traffic that stops, and then it pisses you off, and then it goes again. That's the whole thing. I fucking hate Atlanta, and apparently I drove an hour and 45 minutes up here to just tell you guys, fuck Atlanta. I don't know what my time is left. I actually had a set performed, to perform, planned to perform, but I'm not getting to it. We're gonna see how much of it Will is gonna let me do though, okay? You guys watch the news? Anybody watch the news? Can I get a shout out for the news? Fuck the news. And here's why. Because it's not news. It's just opinions. Right? We're all entitled to our opinions. You can have yours, I can have mine. I wouldn't begin to dream that I'm going to convince you of my opinion, though. But that's what the news is. And really, when it boils down to it, if you got one opinion, you're going to watch the one channel, right? And if you got the other opinion, you're going to watch the other. You're going to watch the other channel. For me, I'm not going to try to divide the room. I'm going to tell you my channel, and then I'm going to move forward. My channel, when it's time to watch, is Nickelodeon. It's as serious as I want to get. It's as far as I want to go down that fucking rabbit hole. Okay? Because the news is just opinions. Thank you. And at the end of the day, it's just going to piss me off. Whether I'm watching my opinion or someone else's. Tell me this, guys. Have you ever walked into a room with the other channel playing? If somebody's watching it. fucker. Right? We judge those bitches. We walk in, they could be watching the kickiest porn on the planet. Animals and feces and all kinds of shit. Not the shit you'd find in the hotels when the hotels had the porn. Crazier than that. You'd be like, you do you, man, weirdos, but cool, you know, you have a smile on your face. You walk in there watching that other channel, you're like, ignorant, arrogant, insolent motherfuckers. That's what we think. But tell me this, have you ever walked into that room, or masochistically tuned the other channel? You sit down and you're watching it and you're like, that semi-attractive person is making some really excellent points. Anybody ever thought that? I think I just changed my mind. No! You've never fucking thought that ever. And that's the point. Why do we watch a news full of opinions if all they're trying to do is change the opinions and they can't get there anyway? The closest thing I would want to watch associated with the news is something that might matter to me. He's gonna flash me, but I'm gonna keep talking. It's the weather. Because you can use the weather to plan your day. That's practical knowledge. If they knew what the fuck they were talking about. That's just opinions too. Do you guys know meteorology is a science? You can major in it. I want that fucking final test. I want to major in meteorology. You show to the final, the professor's like, okay, what do you think the weather's going to be tomorrow? And I'm going to be like, overcast, 40 degrees, mostly sleet. It's going to be really chilly. It could be 80 degrees and sunny and gorgeous. The weatherman, the professor's going to be like, you know what? There were some really unpredictable variables last night. You did your best. Pass. Happy forecasting. The name sounds like magic, doesn't it? Forecasting. It's hypnotic. He says go. I got one more minute. Okay, here's my impression of a Carolina weatherman. Upstate South Carolina, Western North Carolina. Folks, thanks for tuning in. It's been a gorgeous day today. Going to be a couple degrees cooler tomorrow. 90 degrees, no humidity, partly cloudy skies. Light winds out of the southwest. Good, great day to get away from the house, drive up into the mountains, bring the dog. Get far away from the car as humanly possible and have a picnic. Thanks for tuning in. Next day, fucking wall of thunderstorm from fucking Oklahoma comes tearing through there. You can see it coming, but you can't escape, man. Rain is pouring down, lightning. The rain hits you. You grabbing all your shit. You got a picnic basket in one hand. You got a blanket in the other hand. You're trying to escape the fucking enchanted forest like a scene from The Hobbit with your clan. Smaug is fucking circling behind you. Lighting trees on fire, crazy shit. Your dog's full of leaves and dirt. You get back to the car. You get back to the house. The dog plops himself down on the living room carpet and creates this growing puddle of filth and leaves and dirt. And you sit back in your recliner and you're like, fuck. You grab the remote and turn on the TV. And there I am. Folks, thanks for tuning in this evening. Sorry if I fucked you over with that shitty forecast yesterday. Let's talk about tomorrow. Folks, that's the weather. That's Will. Give him a round of applause. I'm Matthew East. Have a great night.
Give it up one more time for Matthew East. Oh my God.